Straight ahead on 12 News, you've heard it said before, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Why that's being taken seriously in Plymouth. Then more places for aging faces. We'll take a look at a boom in senior housing. But first, why out-of-staters are looking to Brooklyn Park for pumpkins. 12 News starts right now. More than half the country is still dealing with a devastating drought.
And a moderate drought continues to creep into Minnesota. But as Renee Bonneau reports, some local farmers are reaping benefits from it.
This is a chance to make memories with the families and go find some good pumpkins.
A fall festival wouldn't be complete without pumpkins.
We probably sell between 200 to 400 pumpkins a weekend.
One look at the supply at the Twin Cities Harvest Festival in Mays in Brooklyn Park, and you would never tell what Bert Bauman went through to make them look this good.
We had a few times where it was very hot and dry, and I farm on sandy ground, so I supplied water with drip irrigation.
Combined with a good irrigation system, drought conditions can actually help pumpkin crops. A horticulture expert with the University of Minnesota Extension says pumpkins love the heat, and dry weather cuts down on disease. Bauman says the pumpkins on his 20-acre patch are doing so well, he actually might have some left over to share with other farmers.
We have been getting calls from other states looking for pumpkins.
Bauman says the seed company he works with gave his number to growers in drought-stressed regions. So far, he's gotten calls from Missouri and Colorado.
If you are a producer, you have your regular accounts, and you want to fulfill those accounts because you want to make them happy. Even on a stressful year, you might have to force to go out of your circle and buy pumpkins to supply.
While he sees an upside to the drought, Bauman knows next time it could be him on the other end of the phone.
I like to keep my local market going, and as soon as I have a surplus, I will help them out.
In Brooklyn Park, Renee Bonneau, 12 News.
The U of M Extension says local farmers who don't irrigate might not lose their pumpkin crop, but they might grow smaller pumpkins that don't sell as well.
Brooklyn Center Police continue to investigate a suspicious fire in a residential neighborhood. The fire was reported on the night of September 15th, and police believe kids intentionally started grass on fire in the 5400 block of Emerson Avenue. Matches were found a half a block away. Police don't believe any particular home was targeted. Generations of kids have grown up hearing the warnings from their parents. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Now pest control experts are taking those warnings seriously. Delane Cleveland joins us with more. Delane?
Mike and Alex, exterminators say that Minnesota is one of the leading areas in the nation for bed bugs. It used to be a problem relegated to the Twin Cities, but it's growing to the outstate region as well.
There's a huge ick factor when it comes to bed bugs. You know, we were raised with sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. So when people get them, they don't want them.
Wednesday, the Kelly Inn in Plymouth played host to the 2012 Bedbugs Minnesota Conference. Property managers and people in the hospitality industry learned from experts how to control and prevent bedbug infestations. Exterminators say bedbugs are hitchhikers who travel from place to place by latching onto a person's luggage. One effective method for fighting the problem is to use trained canines who can smell the bugs and seek out low levels of infestations. On the positive side, bedbugs aren't known to spread disease.
But they do really cause some welts with people, and if you have enough of them, you know, you can actually lose a little bit of blood out of the deal. But they can cause kind of almost a hysteria or anxiety in people, so they have a strong mental component to them as well.
Another effective method for fighting bedbugs is using a heat treatment. That's where pest control experts raise the temperature of a room to about 140 degrees. They say that method is more effective than using chemicals because it kills them quickly. Mike and Alex, there is another bedbugs conference scheduled in Medina for October 12th. The focus of that will be on how supervisors can train their staff about bedbugs.
I'm glad somebody's keeping an eye out for that. Thank you very much. It is a big week for senior housing projects in Plymouth. Officials broke ground on the Waters project in Plymouth today. Work on the 90-unit senior apartment building is taking place on Highway 55 and County Road 73. It replaces a vacant strip mall. Another project called Trillium Woods breaks ground on Thursday. It's a building spurt brought on by the needs of an older population and an improved lending climate.
It had to do with the financing and the equity opportunities over the last 3 years were very limited, and that's freeing up more. So I think there's more financing opportunities, there's more participation on the equity side, and so that's where you're seeing the pent-up demand and the new projects coming online about the same time.
The Waters Group will have 3 senior living projects going at the same time. The Plymouth apartments are set to open late next summer.
For those of the Jewish faith, today marks the holiest day of the year.
It's the day we're supposed to atone for our sins, and it's the highest holiday of the year, and most people who don't even practice usually go to a service.
Thousands attended Yom Kippur services in the metro, and many fast for 24 hours on this Day of Atonement. At sundown, family and friends gather for a meal to break the fast. At the kosher-style delicatessen and bakery Crossroads in Hopkins, this is one of the busiest times of the year. Gallons of matzah soup, salads, pastries, and bread are sold as people prepare to break the fast. They've sold well over 1,000 loaves of crown challah, a sweet bread that can signify a good start to the new year.
Everything is directed towards having a full year, a round year, a complete year, and a sweet year.
Yom Kippur marks the end of the high holy day period that starts with Rosh Hashanah. Coming up, getting clean while shaving green.
12 News Money Savers tackles home cleaning supplies next. Then later in sports, see how Maple Grove's football team is making big strides this season.
But first, it's a look at your AccuWeather forecast.
Golden Valley-based General Mills has launched more than 100 new products that are either available or will soon appear at a store near you.
It includes everything from yogurt to cereal, and among the more interesting new options, how about peanut butter Cheerios, which are already on store shelves, or how about Fruit Play, a spin-off of its Yoplait yogurt brand, which the company says contains twice as much fruit as the original. And for party snacks, perhaps sweet potato chips may float your boat. While General Mills has seen slower growth in U.S. sales, it is experiencing rapid growth internationally. When it comes to cleaning, your grandmother was probably right all along.
The cleaning products she used in the kitchen were most likely cheaper and some say healthier than the popular brands today. Shannon Slatton explains how you can get clean and save some green in today's Money Savers Report.
Making cleaning products at home is becoming more and more popular. Mary Jo Rasmussen with Urban Relish is going to talk to us about that. You're leading a series of classes at the library on cleaning products.
That's right, we are. We have 8 all total, and you can find those on the Hennepin County Library website to figure out if there's one near you. This is what we bring to class. It's a bag that will have everything people need to make 2 cleaners, which will also be on your website so people can find those recipes. I'm just going to walk through one really quickly.
Let's do it. It's all-purpose cleaner, and what do you need for this?
It's an all-purpose cleaner. You know what, this is so simple. We have a clean spray bottle. Always use clean. You don't want to reuse, although we encourage recycling, but you never know. It's just hard to get all the residue out of bottles that have already had a chemical in them. So we want a clean bottle. We have water, we have baking soda, and then this is a Castile soap, which is a vegetable-based soap, so nice and mild.
Very pure.
Yep, very pure. This is Dr. Bronner's, which is a brand you can find at your co-ops, at Trader Joe's. Target carries it. Comes in a variety of scents, so you can pick one that you like. We have peppermint here today, which has a really nice, refreshing scent to it. So all I'm doing is filling this spray bottle with about 3 cups of water.
And you can alter the recipe depending on the size of your bottle, right?
The recipe is so flexible. It just depends on what size container you're using. So there's our water. Then next we throw in ½ a tablespoon of regular old baking soda. The cheaper the better.
Sure, have that in your cabinet. And then the soap, and if you don't have this at home and you still want to get started, you could substitute maybe Dawn or something like that.
You certainly could, yep. We like to be flexible and work with people where they are, and we don't want you to have to run out and buy a lot of ingredients in order to start out making your products.
So 3 ingredients, you have them in there, and then just shake it up?
That is it. Don't shake it too vigorously. Give it a swirl, kind of like that, or like you would if you're swirling a glass of wine, so that it doesn't foam up too much. The important thing with natural cleaners, too, is because you don't have those chemicals in there that are designed to hold them together, keep them mixed. You need to swirl them every time you use them.
And you say it's good to write on the bottle what exactly is in it so you don't forget,
Definitely.
right?
We encourage you to at least write what the product is. So all-purpose cleaner perhaps. And it's also good to write the recipe on. The recipe is so short and so simple that will help you remember it when you use this up and make it really easy to make another batch.
All right, couldn't be any easier here, I think. Thank you, Mary Jo, for joining us today. We appreciate it with Urban Relish, and we will have, as you mentioned, recipes as well as information on our website about those library programs. Just go to 12.tv/moneysavers.
Thank you. And if you need a break from all that fall cleaning, here's another Money Savers tip. You can head to a museum this Saturday for Museum Day Live. It's the day when museums all over the country have free admission. We have information on participating museums on our website, 12.tv. Still ahead, why Halloween is increasingly going to the dogs.
We'll show you some costumes that are spot on. And up next in sports, the defending state champions in Class A girls soccer take on their arch rival. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back.
Hard to believe we're already halfway through the football season, and one local coach, fairly new coach, doing better on the numbers than last year.
It's been a good start so far, and now the second half of the season comes. You try to build toward the playoffs. That's what Maple Grove is trying to do. Like Jerry Cale and the Gophers, Matt Lombardi's second year as head football coach of Maple Grove is going pretty well. The Crimson is 3-1 at the midway point of the regular season, with wins over Armstrong, Elk River, and Blaine, and a 6-point loss to Osseo. They started 0-3 last fall. The team is playing pretty well on both sides of the ball, and the confidence here is growing.
Yep, I'm feeling pretty good. Seems like we really picked it up this year from last year. Practicing a lot harder, playing a lot harder, coming together. Seem like we're more of a family this year.
I think they're learning how to prepare. I think that's the biggest thing throughout is they're starting to watch film and do things the right way. And so when they get to the field, I think they feel like they're ready. I think that's the biggest difference I've noticed this year, that when the kids take the field, there's a lot less trepidation in them because I think they feel like they're more prepared for each game.
Maple Grove is coming off a solid performance, especially defensively, in a 20-6 win over Blaine last Friday. This week, it's another Anoka-Hennepin opponent as the Crimson will try to spoil Anoka's homecoming.
Playing them the last couple of years, they're always a physical team, especially going there. They have that crowd, that stadium. It's always a good battle against them. They're always a hard-nosed team, and hopefully we prepare well and come out on top against them.
Maple Grove and Anoka battle at Anoka's Goodrich Field Friday at 7 o'clock. It's Maple Grove's homecoming next week. It's been a tough stretch of games for the Breck girls soccer team as they faced some strong opponents in the last week. It didn't get any easier against their arch rival and defending Class A state champion, Blake. Blake's Allie Leslie sends the long pass up the right side to Nicole Kozlak, who buries the shot. The Bears dominate the first half, but that is the only goal they get. Early in the second half, the free kick from Lydia Sutton slips through Breck keeper Grace Taylor's hands, and Corlico Akita puts it away. It's 2-0 Blake, and they're on their way to a win. Sutton ships it ahead, and Maya Coyle speeds ahead of the defense before putting the long shot home. Blake rolls to a 5-0 win. They are now 9-2-2. Also in girls soccer, the #1 team in Class A, Benilde St. Margaret's hosted Irondale. First half, Kelly Panic passes to Haley Jerbeck, who chips a shot just high over the Knights' net. Later, though, they do cash in. Mimi Burns the pass, Maria Michaels the shot and goal, and it's 1-0 Red Knights at the half. Second half, and a great through ball from Allie Coughlin to Aleska Tatarin, but her shot here is stopped. There's no more scoring in this game. Benilde wins 1-0. They are now 11-0-1 on the season. It's been a good start to the season for Maple Grove's volleyball team. The Crimson ran into a tough non-conference opponent Tuesday night. Maple Grove playing at Mounds View. The Mustangs take a quick lead in game one, but Maple Grove fights back. The set goes outside to Erin Engel, whose kill makes it 13-12 Crimson. The Mustangs take the lead back. Ashley Lim the set, and the kill by Tessa Indocoffer makes it 17-15 Mustangs. Then on their short set, Taylor Lynn hammers it down, and Maple Grove wins game one. Mounds View wins game one 25-22. Game two, Laura Brixius with a block for a point here for Maple Grove. And the set to Tegan LaBerge for the Crimson kill. But Maple Grove is playing from behind in the second game. Olivia Fixon gets the kill here for the Mustangs, and they win game two 25-15. On to Game 3, Mounds U takes a quick lead again. Lynn puts her kill right on the line. The Mustangs finish the sweep with a 25-18 win in Game 3. We'll have more on Maple Grove Volleyball Thursday at 4 here on 12 News. And that is a look at sports for today.
All right, thanks a lot, Jen. Senate District 44 in Plymouth and Minnetonka now includes a larger area of Plymouth after redistricting.
And the two candidates running in that district are DFL incumbent Terry Bonoff and former Pawlenty Chief of Staff David Gaither.
Hi, I'm David Gaither, and I'm running for the Minnesota State Senate to represent Plymouth, Minnetonka, and Woodland. I'm a graduate of Wayzata High School, and you may know me as your former state senator, as Governor Pawlenty's Chief of Staff, or perhaps as the guy who ran the Wayzata Youth Football Program. I really do love this area, and that's why I'm running for the state Senate. I've started businesses, I've made payroll, and worked at the highest levels of state government. I know that it's not government that drives our prosperity, it's us. It's us, supported by a great education system, a strong infrastructure, and a government that knows its place. I've served in the legislature, I've made tough choices then, and I'll make them again. Because leadership is not a popularity contest, it's about getting stuff done. I'm David Gaither, and I ask for your vote this November.
I've been listening to the people in our community and understand just how important it is that we grow Minnesota's economy and that we educate each and every child to their fullest potential. I have a bold and powerful vision for the state of Minnesota. I have the ability and the commitment to reach across that partisan divide and actually get things done. Yet also, I have the courage to stand and think independently and the business experience to understand what needs to be done. Most importantly, I have a legislative record of accomplishment that has earned me broad and deep community support and endorsements. Together, we do know what it takes to lead. We are moving Minnesota forward. I'm Terry Bonoff, and I ask for your vote this November.
All right, still ahead is a pet trick or is it a doggy treat?
Let's see how pets can clown around on Halloween, too. We'll be right back.
And finally, what will you be for Halloween this year?
Or maybe the better question is, what will your pet be this year? How about Dogosaurus? Spending is up nearly 20% this year on Halloween costumes for pets. The National Retail Federation estimates that Americans will spend $370 million this year finding the right Halloween getup for Fido. At this Plymouth pet store, they have everything from a bumblebee costume to the more cozy skullhead hoodie for your pup.
People love their pets, and it's fun, and it's fun to dress them up as long as they are, you know, not in distress and they want to be in them and they fit right. It's cute, and the pets love it. Kids love it. People, when you go trick-or-treating, they love it too.
That's right. Make sure it fits right. And if you're going to dress your dog up this year, you got to take a photo, right? There's even a pet costume contest in October on Chuck and Don's Facebook page.
Oh, boy.
And that does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us. Community Corner is coming up next.